welcome back to another spooky episode of Socially Selective, you guys. Your favorite podcast. This is our last spooky season episode. So today,
sad.
I know, that's my favorite season.
Season?
So today, yeah.
Your favorite season?
Favorite holiday.
Yeah,
Favorite season?
yeah.
No, it's favorite season.
Hold on, Jenny's
Fall?
lashes.
I know, dude. It's
You
holding
guys,
my
I
lashes.
wish you could see it. One eye was like this.
This is holding.
It was like holding all the hair. It was cute.
I have a pink wig on, just so you know.
And I have a gray wig.
And Kayla, what are
Kayla's
you
here with
today?
us, you guys.
Yeah, she's
Hi.
back. And who are you today?
I am Minnie Mouse.
Ooh, so cute.
I am Miss Minnie Mouse today.
Yes, she is. By popular demand, we brought Kayla Mae back.
Oh,
For
yes.
those of you who don't remember her, she's one of my closest friends and an amazing fitness and wellness advocate.
Oh, sweetie.
I know. So she was on her episode 4 on eating disorders.
That was so long ago.
It was a
Can you
long
just
time
believe
ago,
that? That was
yeah.
so
You have
long
like how many episodes now?
I know. This
12
is
or 13?
This is 13.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah, so a whole 9 episodes without you.
That's exciting.
But Kayla is a certified personal trainer, certified precision nutrition coach, and an eating disorder recovery coach. So she is amazing. For those of you who don't know.
But I feel like everybody knows. Everyone loved the episode. Everyone was
Yeah,
so
a lot of
into
the
it.
listeners, that was like a listener favorite.
Yeah.
They really liked it.
I'm
They were
It was
like,
very
you
inspirational.
guys need to have more guests back on. Like, that episode was so good. And I bet so many people could relate to that too.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of more people struggling than we realize.
For sure.
I was
Yeah.
telling Jenny that episode even like helped
Yeah.
me.
That's
Like I was like,
awesome.
we were
Yay.
talking about it, and I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, this
This
is
is
all so relatable. I was like,
yeah.
can other people go through this? But yeah, I loved
Yeah.
it. I think it was definitely hard to talk about it. Like I was having a hard time sitting there and talking
Yeah.
about it, but it was like nice at the end.
Yeah.
Felt like therapy.
Once you
almost.
listen through it, you're
Mhm.
like, you know what? I've grown so much.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you have too. And not only that, but like your guys' experiences probably helped so many other people.
Yeah.
Like, girls going through the same thing as
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So it's always good.
You're never the only one going through it.
Never.
Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
And for those of you who didn't guess it already, today we are going to be talking about healthy habits and having overall wellness. We're going to start off by asking Kayla some questions.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Casey's going to start us off.
Are you ready? Are you nervous? Just kidding.
I'm ready.
She's like, I'm ready.
I
though."
can talk about this
Yeah.
today.
Oh. Okay. First question is, what is intuitive eating and how do people practice it on a day-to-day?
So I like to describe intuitive eating as really just honing in on your body's hunger, fullness, and satisfaction cues, and really drowning out any sort of external voice. So that kind of voice could be something telling you that the food you're eating is good or bad.
Yes.
It could be you know, maybe mentally calculating how many grams of protein is in here or whatever. All those things, they pull you further away from your ability to be present and enjoy your meal. And satisfaction is a key component of intuitive eating. Without satisfaction, you're never going to have the ability to stop eating. And so allowing yourself to really just enjoy all things in moderation, really hone in on what your body needs in the moment, that's intuitive eating.
I've
I think
noticed.
that's extremely important.
I love that. I honestly
Yeah.
love the way you worded that because I noticed that when I like meal prep or like if I have chicken, rice, and like veggies, I will go, like if I have that for lunch, I'll go home and like eat way more like junk food than I would have if I would have just had something like that I wanted during lunch and then gone home and had a like healthy dinner.
Yeah. That is so common. I mean, I did the same thing. Coming out of like bodybuilding and everything, I mean, your body's really hungry and I would feel good for following my plan. But then there came a point where like, I'm just hungry. I'm craving the
Yeah.
things. And so maybe I would eat more,
Which would
snack
turn into
foods.
binge eating.
It could turn into
Oh,
binge
yeah.
eating. Yeah. And that's actually very, very common. And it doesn't even have to be something as extreme as bodybuilding. It could be any sort of like little lifestyle change that might have too many rules around it.
Yeah.
That could trigger.
I think,
feelings of-
and then another one I wanted to bring up in my family, like when I was younger, they used to, my dad would be like, okay, you can't leave the table until you finish eating.
Yes,
yeah.
that
And
happened
so
to me too.
I
Clean the plate club.
Yes,
Yes.
I don't like that.
No.
It definitely doesn't allow for you to be eating intuitively if you have to finish everything, even though
You're
you're
freaking
full
full
in your head. Yeah. And so I think that's a big one for people to not feel guilty about. Like, you shouldn't feel guilty leaving some food if you can't eat it, just save it for later. I save everything for later. And if you don't eat it later, then it's okay. I mean, it's just going to have to go to waste.
It's either going to go in the trash can or you're going to use your body as the trash can.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
pick your trash
I have a
can.
funny story when I was little. I remember this day so clearly too, because I remember I was like crying at the table, like eating breakfast.
They were making you eat.
And my mom was like, "You're not going to leave to school until you finish your pancakes." And I was like, "I can't eat anymore." And so I like forced myself.
And then you're like,
threw up everywhere.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
this.
And
You
she
told
was
me
like,
about
"I'm
this.
so sorry." And I was like, I told you I couldn't eat anymore.
I know. Yeah, I don't like that. And I know parents don't mean it to be malicious.
Yeah.
And I know, like, especially our parents, like, if they grew up without,
Like
they want you to,
or
you know,
didn't have
they
a lot
want
of
you
food
to have
growing up.
food. Yeah. And so it's just something that we all need to get used to. All right, next question, Kayla. This is for the people that struggle with meal ideas, aka me and everybody else.
Me, yeah, because all I do is go to Trader Joe's, get white chicken, rice, literally, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to add some seasoning up into
it just gets meals can get really boring. So
a
question we want to ask you is, where do you get most of your meal ideas?
So, first, cultural inspiration. So I am going to school to be a dietitian, and I did take a class on like cultural nutrition.
That's awesome.
And that was so inspiring. So I really like to think of meals I can make that are like globally inspired, so like Italian, things like that. So
I love that.
I'm like, did I feel like Italian? I Google it, and then maybe that week I make a minestrone soup or whatever. Mexican or Korean, whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's one way. And then Pinterest, another great option.
I love Pinterest.
And then the third one is also Trader Joe's. So I go to Trader Joe's.
Oh, I love Trader Joe's too.
But I let myself buy like any of their new like sauces or like any of their new salad kits. And so I buy my chicken, I buy my rice, but I'm going to add like a new like, salad or the sauce or something like that.
Oh, that's really smart. And that's easy.
It is.
And it keeps you like eating healthy longer because you're trying new flavors.
But not just that, it's fun meals.
Yes, right?
No sad meals.
Yes. Yeah, no sad meals.
Because
guys,
rice
meals,
and chicken get
it gets real sad. Let me tell you that.
I try to spice it up. I'm like, okay, today teriyaki sauce, next week buffalo sauce,
some sriracha on there.
But then
do you like
I love sriracha.
Some masala sauce or like
masala sauce? What is that?
Masala, tiki masala.
Oh, masala.
It's Indian, delicious. Trader Joe's has a great one.
Well, I'll have to.
I'm gonna go buy all the sauces.
Yeah, I need to go to Trader Joe's. Yeah, that's smart. And do you pair it mostly with chicken, or what kind of meats?
I do chicken most of the time because it's easiest.
Yeah,
but ground turkey, shrimp, tofu, anything like that would be good too.
Cool. I love those ideas. Those
I
are
do
really
too.
awesome.
You're inspiring me. I'm literally gonna go to Trader Joe's after this. So
chicken sausage on your salad. That's a good one.
Really?
Just eat up some chicken sausages, throw it on your salad. Game changer.
Kayla, you really need to. And I've been.
Can you just meal prep for us
for years? But like, you need to start a food page.
I really should start
I will
a food
promote
page. I should
the
start
shit
a
out of
food
your
page.
food page. Because I think it'd be amazing.
Now.
Yeah, you should do that now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
She's like, when I get home, I'm going to
wait, you guys tune in.
The next meal I make, I'll video it.
We'll give you her once she does do it, so you can follow her for meal ideas. Because I know I'll be on that every day.
Oh, I will
Cooking
too.
with K?
Yeah. Oh,
Cooking with K.
Cooking with a K. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cute. Cooking with K. Okay, so follow that. Remember that.
Cooking with K on Instagram.
That's cute. I love that.
All right, next question. How can people make homemade meals on a budget that are also time friendly? Recommendations on where to shop? You said Trader Joe's?
Yeah, Trader Joe's is definitely one of them.
Number one. Trader Joe's is really affordable.
Oh, it really is.
And they got good stuff.
I think people think it's expensive.
But it's not. It's like healthier.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
not just that, but they're very organic too. I think it's just an amazing company.
Oh yeah,
overall.
They're good for like snacks too.
Yeah.
Like they have convenient
They have weird
foods.
Snacks.
So but
they have weird stuff.
They do.
They have like healthier Cheetos.
Yeah.
Healthier.
They do.
Whatever crackers.
Yeah.
They just make it a little bit more nutrient dense, but the same your favorites, just a little bit more nutrient dense. So that's awesome.
They even have Takis, you guys.
Oh, Takis they're so good.
That are healthier. I kid you not.
We have them at home right now.
Yeah.
I'll have to get that.
They're pretty good.
But honestly, I think the biggest thing is to just plan ahead. Mm-hmm. Like if you're trying to stick to a budget, it's important to know or to go into the store ahead of time with a list to plan out what you're going to buy.
That's a really good idea.
Otherwise, you end up buying all this stuff that you may or may not eat at the end of the week. It might go bad. That's money wasted. Another option is to freeze your meals. So if you're cooking for 1 or 2, you will probably have leftovers depending on what you make. Use your freezer. Most things you can freeze. So like if I were to make a soup or a chili, and let's say I doubled the batch and I had like 5 extra servings, I'd put them in Ziploc bags and put them in my freezer. So that way I can just heat it up later.
I like that idea.
Do you know, can you explain like how long will that be good for? So I don't really know.
Yeah, it depends on what's in the food that you made.
Okay.
But like general rule of thumb, it's about 3 to 4 months.
Oh, really?
So,
oh my God, that's a long time.
I did not expect that.
I thought you were gonna say days.
I wanted to like
Days,
fish or seafood, but like meat,
okay.
anything like that was still fine.
And so that's usually how they do the meal preps too, no? Right?
Yep.
They freeze them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
That's smart.
wow.
Your freezer is amazing. And then also like when you're going shopping, personally what I do is I start at Bargain Market. If you're a Reno local, I love Bargain Market. You can find the Grosh, yes. You can find like super cheap things. Anything that I can't find at Bargain Market, I then go over to Sprouts down the street,
which is a little pricey.
Sprouts.
It is.
I love Sprouts.
It is, but I usually never. I don't buy my
boosh.
meat at Sprouts because
It's
too
so expensive. It's so expensive.
Do you go to Costco?
No, I honestly usually do the Grosh.
Oh, okay.
Because a
I
lot
do
of
my
times you
meats
can
there,
find
too.
like local organic farmed meats at grocery, so for cheaper. Sucks
Guys,
that I
everyone
do.
tells me to go to grocery outlet, and
I told you I was obsessed
literally
with it.
have not been since I was like in high school.
It's such a good store. It's such a good store.
Oh,
I
it's
love
such a
it.
great store.
I know. Everyone tells me.
You have
that
to
they
go.
have great deals.
They have
all these
amazing
good
deals.
foods.
Yeah, you should do it. And they have like Mio. Let's say at Rayleigh's is like $5.
Mio.
I got it there. Mio.
The little $5.
$5. It's
Rayleigh's is
$4.99.
expensive.
Please.
Rayleigh's is so much. Never go to
Baby.
Rayleigh's. If you're going somewhere, don't go there.
Rayleigh sues
It's so
us.
expensive. $5.
No, I would never pay
And then at the
$5 for
Grosh,
that.
99 cents.
Yep.
Oh,
It's a deal, baby.
You do have to watch your expirations. That's how they get away with it. A lot of times things that
you're
aren't
right.
sold at like
Oops.
Costco might go to grocery outlet.
That's true.
Okay.
But like I haven't
That's
had
why
an
Julio
issue,
doesn't like it.
so you just have to pay attention.
Yeah.
And if your meat's
Okay.
about to go
Which I
bad, you can freeze it. You can use your freezer, guys.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I'll use my freezer, Kayla.
I think that's a good idea. I'm going to do that too. Maybe you can start your meal prep business too, because I already told you.
I don't like cooking.
I'll shop.
But I know if it's going to make me healthier, I'll freaking do it, I guess.
I this week I bought this thing called Every Plate. Have you heard of it? It's like a meal prep. It's a cheap meal prep online. I'll let you guys know how it goes, but my first delivery got there today. $1.99 per serving.
Ooh.
It was a
That's really
it was a
great.
deal.
Oh, wow.
For my first one, I paid $30 for 10 meals.
Wow.
So 5 meals for me. Well,
That's
5 meals
very
for Julio.
good.
It
Wait,
was a deal, but
Is this like the first month and then they charge
Yes,
you
it was
like
the first month. And so the next one.
she goes, yes, it was the first month.
But the next one is $50. And that's not bad. This is supposed to be like a cheaper meal prep option.
Yeah, because others are so expensive.
Because I've done a couple.
Yeah,
But
they
they're
add up
expensive.
pretty
I'm a
quickly.
poor girl, yeah.
But
Only for the first month,
If
Jenny
money's
does
not an
it.
object, then
I mean,
Might as
yeah,
well.
Might as well.
Yeah.
But meal prep companies, if you're watching, I love food. I love food. I love deals. Please feed me. That's it. Okay, we have another question. Do you recommend people count macros, and then why or why not?
okay. So, I think macros are good to know for general education and awareness. It's important to know what a protein is, what a carb is, what a fat is, and why they're important. And then also getting a gauge on what quantities could be good long term. But I think that it's easy for a lot of people to get hyper focused on the minute scale of things versus looking at the whole picture. So what I mean by that is if I'm thinking every single meal has to be perfect, one, I could be missing out on a lot of nutrients if I were to relax and chill, maybe have
Can
a
you
more
explain
varied diet.
a little bit of the ones that you would miss?
So let's say I'm going to go with like a standard bodybuilding diet. So let's say that I were to have like chicken and rice and broccoli for like 2 of my meals, maybe some sweet potatoes, and then eggs and stuff for breakfast. So those are all really nutrient dense. They're really great options. A lot of those diets do tend to be lower in fat. So without enough fat, you're actually not able to absorb vitamins K, A, D, and E.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's very important, and they're very, very important. So you're probably not able, they're not as bioavailable in the body. Another thing that you could be missing out on is just adequate amounts of things like folate or other B vitamins. They tend to be fortified in grains and other like store-bought like foods. And so without like having a well-balanced diet and just varied diets, sticking to the same foods all the time, like you might not be getting all your micronutrients that you need. That's really and then also like you could take a supplement, you could take a vitamin, but
I was about to bring that up.
The thing about food is that it works synergistically with your body. So like your body has a way of like breaking it down perfectly and in sync. And so I think if you can like get all your nutrition from whole foods and then supplement accordingly, like that's probably your best bet.
So you don't recommend taking supplements to like replace those nutrients? It's not like the ideal way to do it?
It's gonna so don't take that for law. It's going to depend. Like some people do have like gene mutations where maybe they're not able to, deficient. And they're going to have to take a supplement. There could be certain medical conditions where yes, a supplement would be important. And like a general multivite along with good nutrition, like varied nutrition, that's probably your best bet. But to rely on supplements, no, absolutely not. You should be getting most of your nutrition from whole foods. Yeah.
Okay. So all you stupid little bodybuilders out there? Just kidding.
No. Bodybuilders are fine. It's just I think a lot of like everyday people following this stuff. It's not healthy. So
no, I totally get that. I feel like a lot of practices that people do nowadays. My issue is like when people aren't aware of like, Yali's making me nervous so he's staring at me. People aren't aware of like what they're just doing it because their buddy who's a bodybuilder is also doing it, you know? And I'm like, if I'm paying you to fucking educate me on how to eat and how to work out, you better fucking know your shit.
I also saw this on a TikTok where a doctor was explaining, like these are some essential nutrients and vitamins that you need. And people automatically went to, what vitamins can I take to get that? Like to be healthy? And she's like, that's not a good question to ask. Like you guys should be asking what foods can I eat to get this into my body, not vitamins, because vitamins can't solve everything. Food as such a negative
vitamins are supplements, so they are there to supplement your diet. So like if you're not getting it. Right, and then also like a lot of like drugstore so first of all, supplements aren't even regulated by the FDA, so we're just gonna put that out there. So honestly, they're not regulated, and so
and it says it on the bottle in like tiny font.
And so they really can. I mean, a lot of the sources too are subpar and they're really low quality, and so like I mean, I'm not saying that they're all bad, but to rely on that
it's not healthy. Yeah, that makes sense. To rely on anything, it's just like not a good idea.
The goal is always
whole foods,
colorful plates,
colorful diet,
colorful meals,
with a lot of variety.
I think I totally got off track though. But long story short, no, I don't recommend tracking macros for most people. It can also make you hyper aware.
What was the question?
I forgot it too.
What was the question, you guys?
Okay, good. That's good. I think that's very realistic. I don't know how to count macros anyway, so
I don't either. I'm like, if I have to do math before I eat, I'm not gonna do
when
that.
You were into it, I was like, maybe I should learn, and then I was like, you know what?
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I just want to eat. I know.
Really? Once you know,
Well, you know a little bit about. Do you know about counting macros?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Okay. I just look at calories sometimes, and then I'm like,
I sometimes.
You're like, don't learn.
You know what? No, I don't. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, you're like, whatever. I'll eat anything. Okay, next question is 5 easy everyday tips people can use to be a little more balanced while staying healthy at the same time.
My computer crashed. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So I would say, gosh, sorry. Can we like cut this out real quick?
Yeah.
Where am I? Oh, there. Okay, found it. Anyways, so 5 easy tips for everyone. Be present and be mindful. So I think it's really important to stay in the moment with food. Or
can you explain what that looks like?
Yeah, so it could be like taking a couple deep breaths and before you eat your meal and just like really tune in. This can also give you an opportunity to really assess like how hungry you actually are. And then also just, I don't know, maybe not be watching TV while you're eating.
I was going to bring that up.
Mindless eating, you know?
Or like on your phone, you're distracted, you're not listening to your body.
And not just that, but you're not looking at what you're putting into your body, so you're not going to know if you're full.
And like we're all human, like that happens sometimes.
I mean,
most of the time.
Me too. I'm on TikTok while I'm freaking eating. I'm like, oh.
I think another good tip would be to have 3 balanced meals a day. Like I think having 3 meals a day is really important and well-rounded meals. So it should contain a protein, a carb, a fat, and fiber at all of your main meals. And I can get more into that later.
Yes, please educate us.
We will.
I'm excited.
Drink water. Drinking water is really important. Movement.
Substituting those juices.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of juice. Stay away from the sugary drinks. I think that's a simple one, but like a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
This is a little off topic. Since we're talking about juices, what do you think about sparkling water?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So sparkling water.
Chava instantly, you guys was like,
Totally fine if you have like, one a day, if you can tolerate it. It can cause like bloating and just like stomach discomfort and stuff.
Is that why seltzers make you a little...
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I was like, every time I drink a seltzer,
she's like, am I allergic?
I feel so bloated.
Yeah.
But
no,
they're
it's
so
a carbonation.
good. They're so good.
It's fine. I mean, there
Not
are
gonna
some
stop.
studies on like, I shouldn't go into this because I really don't know a whole lot about it, but I would probably just stick to like 1 a day.
1 a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
In moderation.
In moderation.
Someone lied to me and said that it like deteriorates your bones.
Who said that?
I don't
I mean, I don't know.
feel like
I don't know
that-
enough.
I
to
don't know enough.
that.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I shouldn't say I'm not an expert.
I haven't done research on it.
I don't know either. But I was like, that's kind of silly.
You're like, that's pretty
Maybe
far.
my teeth. I could see like my teeth suffering.
Maybe.
But
Why
not,
would
like,
it... I don't know about your tea. The sugar, I guess.
the
There's no sugar in
carbonation? The carbonation?
They don't have sugar? Sparkling drinks?
Most of them
sparkling
don't.
water.
Oh, sparkling... Ew, but sparkling water is disgusting.
I love sparkling water though. I could drink that thing all day.
I wouldn't want that.
All right, Jenny, next question.
So what are some easy things people can replace in their day-to-day that would be healthier alternatives to what, like bad foods or bad drinks, I guess?
Okay. So, labeling foods as good and bad is not good. So we don't want to label anything.
Yes.
But to make your diet more nutrient dense, like let's say you're somebody who eats, low nutrient density often, that could look like things that aren't very colorful. So think low fruits and vegetables. If you want to start adding those things in, if it doesn't take away from satisfaction, I say opt for the more nutrient dense option.
Okay.
So if you're making a sandwich and you have white bread and like whole wheat bread to choose from, if you really love the white bread and you like hate whole wheat, then stick with the white bread, just add some veggies on the side to get your fiber. But if you really don't care, go for the whole wheat, because now you're going to have some extra you're going to have some extra nutrition from the whole grains. It could be the same thing for like meats. If you love like chicken thighs more than chicken breast, that's fine. I mean, there's different nutrients in both of them. They both can be very healthy. If you're someone who already has a high fat diet, then maybe opting for the chicken breast could be a better option for you, just to help balance things out overall. Okay. So I say like the easiest thing is just thinking, what would the better or more nutrition option be, and would it be just as satisfying? Because remember, satisfaction is key. I'm not going to eat a crappy sandwich if I'm not going to like it, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
So then you're going to binge eat or go get something else.
I love that. I think that's really realistic. And I love that you brought up that labeling things good and bad isn't good.
Yeah.
No, it's really not. There's nothing wrong with having like a milkshake or ice cream or cookies.
Cheetos.
Is it going to make up the bulk of your diet? No, but neither should kale. If you only were to eat kale for the rest of your life, you're going to be super malnourished as well. So it's all about balance over time. That's what's important. So
love that. I'm already feeling so inspired. All right, we're going to move on to dieting. So first question for this is, what do you think of diet culture?
Okay, so for those that don't know, diet culture really refers to our society's emphasis on like being thin and desire to be thin, and really kind of going to whatever like marks or however, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
The look, I guess. You're trying to achieve that certain look that people
and all the
always
commercials
promote.
are always so little.
Oh my gosh,
All
yeah.
the people
I
are
went
so
to the
little.
store and there were keto like fat cups right next to like slim like drinks or whatever. So it's really everywhere.
Yeah.
Like marketing's everywhere. It's a huge industry, whatever.
Huge.
But diet culture, I really think it's a life thief. So
It is.
it is truly a life thief. And I can't That term was actually coined by Christy Harrison, who's a HAES and intuitive eating advocate. She's also a dietitian, and she calls diet culture a life thief. I think she's so right, because it steals your time.
It makes it so emotional too when you call it a life thief.
It is, because it takes your brain space, takes your time, takes your self-esteem,
happiness,
takes your happiness. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, like, it keeps you focused on your body and your body's appearance and not your health, because honestly, if health, it looks different on everybody.
Yes.
So it's a life thief.
Yes.
I dropped the mic on myself.
She almost ate the mic.
No, I agree with that though, because it just, healthy on everyone's going to look a little different. Our body compositions are different. Our densities are different. Some people are thicker than others, and that's okay.
Or there's hormone issues that you might not know about. That's actually super common and unfortunate. And a lot of women, it's really insecure when they end up having the thyroid issue and gaining a lot of weight because of their medication, and they feel really bad about themselves. They try to diet, but the dieting's making the thyroid worse. And so
and not just that, but it like messes up your hormones, so you're already having a tough time.
Yes, it's just really sad. It's a sad cycle. I just don't think we need to be focused on our body image and
I agree.
dieting.
So be healthy for you guys, whatever that looks
whatever
like.
works
for you. And it's not low calorie. I think it's eating enough food, enough good food.
They say 2,000, but really, I think 4. Just kidding.
I was like, this is not a
Let's double everything. No, I'm kidding. Whatever makes you feel full.
Yeah, exactly.
And if that's 4,000, that's okay.
Kayla's like, I'm not going to say anything.
I'm totally
whatever,
kidding.
I'm not going to say
I'm
anything.
totally kidding, you guys. Don't actually listen to that. Okay, Kaycee.
I love that you look at the thing when the camera's right there.
I wasn't talking to them. I was just.
I know.
Can't see
I know.
I keep looking at it, but it's because it's like right there.
I also like to watch myself. So is that a crime? I think no.
Sue me. I think it's your turn for the next question. Do you think diets are realistic?
Oh, did you already ask what is the best diet?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I did not. I asked the first one.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you think diets are realistic, Kayla?
So, I think we know the answer.
Yeah.
She's like,
but I want you to go more into it.
Yeah. So diets in its traditional sense, like typically they have you cut out a major food group to achieve a caloric deficit. That's kind of the goal.
Can you give an example of that?
Yeah. So I always make fun of keto.
Carbs.
So carbs. Let's make fun of keto. So keto, they have you cut your carbs basically, and
which is ridiculous.
This could lead to a caloric deficit because you're cutting out a major energy source, and you're filling a lot of your foods with fats, which we know fats are usually highly satiable. The problem with this is, again, most people will end up having like a thyroid issue because now they're cutting out a major food source. A lot of women do not do good on low carb. And actually, like most of the population too, they don't really know what ketosis really is. I just want to say, and you can't eat too much protein to kick you out of ketosis. So I just want to throw that out there.
Can you explain a little bit about ketosis? Yeah,
because I have no idea.
I honestly don't know.
So ketosis is your body's like emergency energy system. If you don't have glucose available, then your body will secrete ketones for energy. And so because it's like your body's like emergency source of energy, it's not like something that you really want to happen.
Because isn't that hitting a little bit like starvation? Would that be similar to that? In a
sense, it's kind of because your body's not, because glucose is truly like your body's like number one and preferred source of energy. So if that's not available, then like it's going to go, hey, we need energy somehow, and it's going to start breaking down ketones. And so that's just, in the textbooks they do say like ketosis is not good long term. It could lead to all these scary issues. So
I heard it causes hair loss sometimes.
Yeah,
it does.
absolutely. It absolutely can. The same thing goes for anything though. Like even when you start cutting out fats. So on the opposite end, like there's a lot of super low fat diets, and that's also not healthy. Now you're going to have like poor nutrient absorption. I've already talked about how fats are good for absorbing nutrients. You really do need fats. You also need carbs. You also need protein. So it's just important to have a well-varied diet. But I don't think diets are sustainable because one, your body's going to crave what it's not getting.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that have done like the no carb thing, and I'm like, it's just not going to help you out in the long run, because let's say you do this for what? 2 weeks? Okay, then you go back on bread, and guess what?
You're gonna
gain it all back, baby.
And
So
you're not
just don't
allowing
do it.
yourself to be satisfied.
Yes, like
right?
what a sad life to not eat carbs.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
It's my number
too.
one food group.
I'm like,
I love
pizza. Life's way too short to not go have a freaking slice of pizza.
Plus,
Everything.
if you look around the world and like culturally, like the healthiest countries, they have like a really high carbohydrate.
They do.
diet,
Italy.
so I just
Spain.
Europeans,
thinking like even
yes.
China and like Korea and stuff, and
Oh, But that can
South
also
Africa,
goes into diabetes. I see that at the clinic a lot. Like most of our people that struggle are the cultures that eat a lot of rice and stuff. No, I'm not kidding. And so then they have to tell them to stop eating.
I just loved watching Kayla's face because when you said that, she looked at you like,
no, I'm serious though. I mean,
her eyes were like,
on the opposite scale of things. Like
there's a lot of things that play into that one.
too much of something.
Yeah, too
Yeah,
much
it's
of
never
anything
good.
is not good.
too much of sparkling water, chava, is not good for you.
Truism.
Now you know.
Okay, last dieting question is, what is the best diet?
Yes.
A varied diet with all macronutrients and a wide variety of micronutrients. So,
You practice that answer, didn't you?
so very colorful, protein, carbs, fats. That's the best diet. It could be cultural,
Yeah.
I love it. I think that's realistic. Now we're going to get into exercising, Kayla. What kind of exercises do you recommend for beginners that are afraid?
So, I think it's
afraid.
really important to first master the basics. So you want to push, pull, a hinge, and like some core movements. So, squats, deadlift, lunge. It sounds scary when I say deadlift. Whenever I say deadlift,
I used to get so scared doing deadlifts. I'm like, I'm going to do it wrong. I can't do it.
Just start with like
It's
a
really
kettlebell
easy.
or dumbbells or something. I mean, you can progress. The thing is, beginner exercises shouldn't be any different than advanced exercises. Is it just
The weight?
the weight that you're using and the intensity that you're at? But I think it's really important for everybody to master the basics because really that's the foundation of any program. So squat, deadlift, overhead press, like shoulder press, push up, pull up, anything like that. Basic.
What do you recommend for core exercises for people that don't know?
Probably like side planks are really good.
Jenny's like asking
I
for
like
a friend.
slow, like
I'm asking for a friend.
For a friend.
mountain climbers. Let's see.
Ooh, I love
really
mountain
just learning.
climbers.
I think the biggest thing too is learning how to properly brace your core while you're like squatting and things like that. That's really huge for core development.
When you were starting to work out, how did you learn?
So Jenny took me to the gym.
I hate Jenny.
I actually didn't think she was going to say that.
So Kayla, who taught you how to work out?
A little to me, but
Yeah, shout
we
out to
did go to
Jenny.
the gym. No, I thought you were going to say videos or something like that.
How did
You
I
really
do
learned through me.
that?
We went to the gym like one time.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, no,
it
I
was
think
like
we went a couple
twice.
times.
It was a couple times.
Yeah. But I remember being so weak. Like
It
I had
was so
never lifted
funny.
anything. And then like I remember like trying to like press 10 pounds over my head.
We
It
were
was like,
doing
oh my
shoulders
gosh.
because it's
Yeah.
my favorite. I
Yeah.
love shoulders are so sexy. So I was like, okay, you're just gonna go like this, and you had to be real light for
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
I did. Oh my gosh, it was so hard.
Isn't
But
it
now-
so funny to think of like where you started and now you're like,
Yeah.
watch
Now
me
she's
lift this
insane.
shit.
Kayla can lift more than I could ever. You push
Basics.
yourself. You're a strong girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you're a
love
strong
it. It was
girl.
the
You're a
basics.
She's so
strong
humble.
girl.
I'm like, how much can you lift?
Casey's like,
tell
do
me.
we want to have a challenge?
Should we have a lift off? Just kidding. No, it's just
No,
like to know.
Kayla's extremely
She's a beast.
strong. She's really strong, yeah.
Okay, since we're talking about exercising, I just had to say something funny. So when I was going to the CrossFit gym, this girl brought her boyfriend one time, and he didn't know how to jump rope. He
Me
didn't.
neither. I struggle with that. Remember when we were jump roping? It's hard.
You know how to jump
it takes
rope.
a lot
Not
of like
well.
coordination.
But I was
but
just
not
like, can't
well.
believe people don't know how to jump rope.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like
I
a
mean, I know how to
childhood.
like a little bit.
Yeah.
But so you know when like people do that.
Oh, the
The cross?
crisscross.
Oh, I can't do
I can't do
crisscross.
that. Who
No,
can do
no,
that?
no.
Yeah.
But I
Just
have to do
normally.
like the. Like I can't continuously do it, you know.
You have to stop and then go
Yeah,
again.
so
I think it's
Practice.
I know. No, it's practice for sure. I used to be so good. I
Jump
used to
roping's
be-
great. I love
Yeah.
jump roping.
Yeah, I heard
and
it's
it's really
really
good
good for you.
exercise. Yeah.
Is it better than running? I mean, I prefer jump roping. over
It's-
Oh,
running.
that's totally gonna depend because like running, you can. I don't actually. You know what? I don't
Is
know.
it
I don't know if
low
it's better.
impact jump rope?
No.
high impact.
Yeah.
It's high impact.
Yeah. I would
Let's say you do it on a trampoline.
That's low.
Jenny,
I
Is
think
it only
I feel like jump roping is lower impact than running, like long distance running.
Yes.
But still, like you're jumping on a hard surface, so that's gonna be higher impact.
Okay.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like if that's not an issue for you, then don't worry about it. Jump
Yeah.
roping is great. So
I love jump roping. I just don't like when people look at me jump rope.
Because everything shakes.
Because literally everything shakes. And I'm like, yes, there's an earthquake, I know.
No.
not even.
I was talking about my boobs, guys, but whatever.
Yeah, I know she was. I know
my
she was.
stomach.
I was like, relax.
Okay. Second question. How do you find motivation to work out every day?
And this is for me too, because I've been struggling, Kayla.
Okay. Well,
Sad.
so honestly, it's a habit now. I've just
Yeah.
done it for so long that like I can't imagine not doing it. And the thing is, I'm a lot better now at listening to like my body and what I need. If I need like a rest day, I usually opt for a walk or something because I still like to
Something
move.
active.
Yeah. And it feels nice to like get outside and move your body in some way. But in terms of like formal exercise, it's a habit now. And so to get there, I did set goals and I did set, a plan. And I said at this time, this many days a week, I was going to do whatever exercises. So it does take a little bit of investment. So discipline.
I think that's the best way to do it, though.
Yeah.
When you do goals, it's good to be specific. Good to give yourself a timeline. Tell yourself how many times so you know what goal you're meeting every week. So that's really good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Goal setting.
You just got to start,
Yes.
Everyone starts.
What is an
somehow.
easy way for people to get their everyday movement in?
So number one is walking. I'm a huge fan of walking. That's probably the most successful for most people. Other than that, YouTube videos are another good one. So like sometimes I feel like doing Pilates and I'll just, look up a Pilates video or yoga. Or there's like different like HIIT videos and stuff if you want some inspiration for that. Other good forms of movement for every day would be just thinking like around the house. So cleaning, gardening. If you like to play sports with friends, that's a good form of movement. Trying to think if there's another one. Oh, biking, hiking, anything like that. So walking your dog, jogging your dog.
I was gonna say that. But YouTube videos, I think, are the most.
Yeah.
They're the easiest for people to do. For like moms that like Zumba.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say that
Yeah.
Zumba's a really good one for the
mamas.
There's no wrong way to move. As long as you're moving, that's what's important.
Dancing is so fun.
I think fitness culture and diet culture puts a lot of emphasis on like this is the best
Weightlifting.
way to do this and to stay healthy, that there is a best way to do something, but like that's not always true. I mean, some people,
It doesn't work for everyone.
It does not work for everybody.
The gym
and so I
may
think it's
not
just
be
important to
accessible.
move in general.
Yeah, I think that's realistic.
Alrighty. Last one. Oh no. Oh yes, last one. What is the best form of exercise / movement someone or anyone can do?
So kind of like what I just said. So like walking is probably really good. Any sort of sports or recreational activity you might have could also be good. If you don't have weights and you maybe wanted to start like weight training, again, I mentioned mastering the basics, and a lot of those you can do with your own body weight or resistance bands. So like learning how to squat properly. Maybe you like go over a chair and you practice your form on a chair, and you get really good at that. Maybe you start trying to do push-ups, start with some progressions.
Which are extremely hard.
They're very hard. Yeah. I mean, the body weight stuff. Gymnasts,
hard.
I mean, they have insane bodies, and a lot of
The
it's
yogis,
body weight.
the extreme yoga people. Ooh, crazy body
So
strength.
ripped.
Great core.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do with your body weight. It's really underrated. So
I think that's amazing.
I love that.
Well, that was it. That was it for today's healthy episode. Thank you for
Kayla.
coming on, Kayla.
fun.
Do you have any final thoughts you want to leave our listeners with?
Yeah,
Like
I
a
would.
good little inspo.
I would say just know yourself the best, and to really look internally for advice on how to take care of you and not listen to anyone else or pay attention to anyone else.
That's beautiful.
Doesn't matter.
love
They're not
that.
you.
I love that.
So
Exactly, yes.
I
So
feel so
stay happy,
inspired.
stay healthy, stay eating always.
Always eat. Eat those fats. Eat
Never
those
be hungry, you
carbs,
guys.
Eat those veggies. Eat that protein. But okay, thanks everyone for joining us. This was episode
13.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you again for Kayla for coming on again. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm sure we're
Thanks
going to
for all
have
your
you on
knowledge.
for another future episode.
Oh, of course we will.
I would love to.
You did great.
Fan favorite here, you guys. Ooh.
Ooh, woo, woo. Well, thank
that
you
was it.
guys. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, we're kind of cool on TikTok.
And Insta.
You have
Oh,
TikTok?
Instagram too.
We do
Yeah,
have TikTok. Yeah.
We need to start learning those like.
We need to be
dances.
better. Yeah, we're gonna start being little TikTok girls.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
But we gotta master those dances.
The dances. We're not gonna look like
Yeah.
idiots. Yeah.
We gotta get it together. But yeah, that's it.
Thanks for listening,
And thanks,
and we
Kayla,
will
again.
see you
And
next
thanks,
week.
Chava.
Have a safe Halloween. Don't get too wild. If you see any ghosts, let us know, because I want to know. If you murder anyone, don't let us know.
I want to know.
We don't want to know that.
We don't want to know that.
You can tell me it's.
Alrighty,
Love you guys. Bye.